This episode of Nerdist News is sponsored by Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Did you catch all of the cameos in The Mandalorian's Episode 6? The first season of the Star Wars TV series The Mandalorian is coming to a close faster than Han Solo can make the Kessel Run. With only 2 more episodes left, we're gonna have to say goodbye to Baby Yoda and brand new Baby Yoda memes before we know it. But that's not stopping the show from keeping their foot on the accelerator as they rocket to what we can only assume will be some sort of explosive conclusion. In this week's Chapter 6, The Prisoner was jam-packed with action, tension, and it once again proved why fans are waking up super early on Friday mornings or staying up late on Thursday nights to watch it before they go to work.
Look at you. Asleep on the job, old man.
Fans praised the episode's slick action, badass fight scenes, countless guest stars, and gushed over that sweet Baby Yoda who pulled his own version of Home Alone aboard the Razor Crest. However, what really has everyone buzzing around the water cooler was this veritable murderer's row of celebs in the sci-fi and pop culture space that popped up in outer space as guest stars and cameos in this episode. So who'd we see, and why was that one voice so familiar? Well, before we get into it, I have to say, this episode will contain spoilers for Episode 6 of The Mandalorian if for some reason you blacked out and just woke up at this point in the episode. So turn away now if you haven't seen it yet, but if you're sticking around, give us a like and subscribe while you're at it. Folks, The Mandalorian has not shied away from star-studded guest spots in the past, with everyone from the likes of Brian Posehn to Horatio Sands in the first episode to Amy Sedaris and Ming-Na Wen in last week's chapter. But The Prisoner was definitely more packed to the gills with guest stars than usual, so let's run down everyone we saw and figure out where from the galaxy much, much closer we remember them from. This episode starts with the Mandalorian docking on a space station and taking a job from an old colleague of his named Ranzar Malk, played by Mark Boone Jr., who you may recognize from Sons of Anarchy, 30 Days of Night, and Batman Begins. Mando finds out that the job is to spring a prisoner from a maximum security New Republic prison transport staffed by droids, and he's gonna have to work with a team of ne'er-do-wells to make it happen. It's led by the former Imperial sharpshooter.
I wasn't a stormtrooper, wise ass.
Named Mayfield, played by Bill Burr. He's one of the many comedians who have popped up in this series so far, and you might recognize him from showing up in things like Breaking Bad, Chappelle's Show, or his own animated Netflix series, F is for Family. Also on the team is the Twi'lek Xi'an, played by Natalia Tena.
Nice to see you too.
I missed you.
Now, if that voice was familiar underneath those purple prosthetics, that's because Tana showed up in plenty of nerdy properties, from playing Tonks in Harry Potter to being Osha in Game of Thrones. Remember Game of Thrones?
I missed you.
Now this tall drink of water is a Deveronian named Berg. Named for the hamburger he so closely resembles. Played by someone who's solidly been in the nerd landscape for decades. The venerable and inimitable Clancy Brown. He has one of the best voices in the biz and shows up from everything from like Highlander to Starship Troopers to Detroit Become Human. He was great in that game. He's also voiced Lex Luthor and, of course, the one and only Mr. Krabs. As for the droid, Zero, who chased the Wee Baby Yoda around the Razor Crest, well, if you're a fan of quality British cult classic programming like The IT Crowd, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, The Mighty Boosh, so on and so forth, well, you definitely recognize this as the voice of Richard Ayoade.
Don't worry, Mandalorian. My response time is quicker than organics.
He also shows up in every British panel show under the sun, which is honestly something we should start doing in America. I mean, it doesn't even have to be panel shows, just put Richard Ayoade on everything. Now, once this murderous team is aboard the transport, we see one of the prisoners as a 4-armed Ardenian, which we're going to go out on a limb here and say is a callback to Rio Durant in Solo, a Star Wars story, a member of the same species voiced by one Jon Favreau. You remember him? While on board, they also run into a New Republic officer. But who is this cameo? Well, if you guessed Wyatt Logan from Timeless, congrats, you're our former producer Aaron Vale and literally no one else. Sorry, Timeless fans. But if you guessed that this guy's also Anakin Skywalker, well, good news. You'd be correct too. Matt Lanter voiced Anakin in the Clone Wars cartoon and will voice him again when the series returns for one last season. As for the titular prisoner they're breaking out, Xi'an's brother Quinn, he's played by Ismael Cruz Cordova. And it just tickled all of our collective fancies that this guy plays a completely unrelated character named Mando on Sesame Street. Or are they related?
Funny.
But these weren't the only cameos that you may have seen. Did you notice that trio of New Republic pilots at the episode's end? Well, they were played by series writer, producer, director Dave Filoni, as well as Mando episode directors Deborah Chow and this episode's director Rick Famuyiwa. In fact, Famuyiwa not only directed this episode, but episode 2 as well, and Chow directed the fan-favorite third episode, The Sin. And she's also set to be in charge of the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series, and if you want proof why, just watch episode 3 again. Jesus Christ, that episode f***ing slaps.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Now, all in all, The Mandalorian has managed to wow fans with talent both in front of and behind the camera, and we honestly can't wait to see what they have planned for the final 2 episodes of this season.
Don't you agree?
But what do you folks think? Did you enjoy The Prisoner? I loved this episode. Did we miss any other cameos in this episode? And did you remember that the next episode actually comes out next Wednesday instead of Friday because of a little movie coming out next Friday called The Rise of Skywalker?
Good.
Anyway, thanks again to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order for sponsoring today's episode. You play Cal Kestis, a Jedi Padawan who narrowly escaped the purge of Order 66 following the events of Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. On a quest to rebuild the Jedi Order, you must pick up the pieces of your shattered past to complete your training, develop new powerful Force abilities, and master the art of the iconic lightsaber, all while staying one step ahead of the Empire and its deadly Inquisitors. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is available now on Xbox One, PS4, and PC.